up, everyone? I am the devastating Just Cause, and this is DJC Game Studios. Welcome! Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite games. When am I not talking about one of my favorite games? I always am. That's what this channel's for. That's what this space here is for extra and more games. And other things that may appear there. Yeah. Whatever was there. Moving on to the serious stuff. Thank you for noticing my Eagle Fang karate shirt. It is a new sport I've taken up. I have these senseis, Mr. Lawrence and Mr. LaRusso, that have been very super nice to me, and they're also big Intellivision fans, and they watch this regularly, and they do subscribe. So please make sure you subscribe. Now, moving on to what we're going to talk about, one of my favorite gangs in this week's segment of Is It Worthy for the Intellivision AMICO? Love those. Well, this one is. It's one of my favorites that I've stated at least 4 times already. It is Mr. Do. Yes, this lovable clown. Literally, he's a lovable clown. And he has a boomerang ball. You go through a maze, and you could shoot this ball back, and it will come back to you like a boomerang. It'll bounce through whatever tunnel that you dig. This was by the way, this game, one of my favorites. It came out around almost the exact same time as Dig Dug. And a lot of people think that this is Dig Dug. They'll be like, oh, I remember playing Dig Dug back in the day, one of my favorite games. And you're like, that's Mr. Do. And then, of course, there's people that also either love or hate one or the other. So there's like, Dig Dug all the way for life. And then everyone else is like, no, Mr. Do's the best. Well, I'm a Mr. Do fan. I love Dig Dug, too. They kind of have 2 completely different concepts of playing. The only thing they have in common is the tunnels. It's digging tunnels underground. That's really the only thing. The rest of the gameplay elements are different. Dig Dug, he had an air pump, and he blew up his. Wow, that was pretty harsh. You think about it. He just stuck an air pump in the creature and blew it up. Man, that would make a gory movie. That we all knew Bruce Willis would play Dig Dug. Everybody get that? Wasn't that referenced earlier in a chat? Anyways, moving on. In Mr. Do, you're a clown. You dig your way through the grassy knolls. In most of it's like green grass, and then there's some other things. And each of the level setups actually look like numbers. So like, first it starts off as Do, and then it's 2, 3, 4, 5, goes all the way to 10, or 0, I believe. I just think this would be a great one to be reimagined for AMICO. A great character, being the clown. Nothing too violent, yet tons of fun. Just like me here, right? But think about it. He's a boomerang clown, a boomerang ball-throwing clown. It bounces throughout the maze wherever you've dug through, and you can also eat cherries. You either can pick up all the cherries first to clear the level, or you clear out the monsters with the ball, or, get this, the other silly thing, is pushing the fruit, like the apples, with like the Granny Smiths or the Golden Delicious. You push them off, and they splatter a couple monsters on the way down. Now it gets more intense and more crazy because at the center there's like a food item. Whether it's a cheesecake or a couple bagels or I don't know, it's usually something sweet and tasty. And you get that, it turns the screen red. Next thing you know, all these monsters start coming after you, directly after you. Behind them is usually a little dude with a letter in his belly. Because this makes all complete sense and totally realistic if it was in the real world. But it's not, it's a video game, so don't judge it. So this little dude hits it, and it spells out the word extra, which will end up giving you an extra life. So you want to get him and all these little dudes, either by keep hitting the boomerang ball back and forth, or by hitting the dude with the ball with the little either X or T or E, R, A, whatever letter he's carrying at the time. once you spell extra, you get that free guy. There's also a chance to hit those ones, and then it'll shoot out a diamond, and you get the diamond, and that's an extra free life as well. Which is kind of a rare, there's a rare circumstance you have to get that. Kind of like AMICO and Parasol Stars, which is a reference that I just made that if you're not familiar with, you probably have no clue. Now I have the arcade version of Mr. Do, because I'm that cool. Not really. Took me a while. I had to fix it and get it wired. Anyways, that's another story in a other segment we like to call. I'm not going to do the graphics. You thought I was, though. No, but Mr. Do to me would be a good addition to the AMICO library. A nice, good sort of puzzle game, but at the same time, can you imagine the new, beautiful graphics with the cherries and the apples and the clown and the monsters and all the different monsters through the mazes and the different mazes you can make and the different boards and the stuff you can base it on? I personally think it'd be a great idea. I think it would look good. I think it would be definitely worthy for the Intellivision AMICO. Anyways, I hope you do too. I hope the people that have Intellivision think so, and they looked at me and they're like, Chuck, don't worry, we've been writing this all down. Oh, he's talking about the kites, and yeah, flying the kites. Oh, now he's talking about, oh my God, he just talked about Mr. Do? We got it, dude. We got you. Is what I'm thinking's happening. Probably not. But it's fun to dream and fantasize, and that's what this segment's all about. So if you liked what you saw, or you don't like what you saw, or you just think I'm a silliness, then please like, please subscribe, and gosh darn it, we'll see you on the next one. Listen, Patrick, I don't want to put the lederhosen on. I know you have it on, but it's not time for that. Unless it's October. Oops. That's just checking the game, the shelf.